I'm sure 7 years ago he couldn't have imagined that we'd be crowning world champions here, and here we are. So it's really exciting for us. The waves are insane. The food is great. We had a beautiful event dinner last night with the local people and the government, and I don't want to leave tomorrow, but we got to pack up and head home.
Everybody dancing. They put on such a great event. First wave of the final. That's Phil, and he comes unstuck.
Big nose ride. Went for the 5, went for the 10. Massive statement, but pedals back to the tail, takes the nose dive. So Edouard Delpero in position for this wave. He fades, he gets 2 steps to the nose, he's hanging on to that 5, the distinctive long 5s we saw in the semi-final. 4 steps back up to the nose, a tight 5, good footwork from the Frenchman, comes speeding through this section, rail grab, drop knee turn, wingnut. What do you think of the rail grab drop knee there?
I prefer it without a drop knee. I want to be able to see the control of the power of that back foot to be able to do it in and of itself. But that opening wave there from Edouard Delpero.
Edouard in priority, nice setup there. There's 2 steps. Pedals back in a minute, but keeps that long 5 here. Readjustment here again. Sets up 4 steps to the nose. Stretch 5. Pulls for the tighter 5. Not the full 10, but a lot of speed. And then here's that rail grab, drop knee turn, powering off in that low stance, that attacking posture that we've learned to recognize from the young Frenchman. Again, a little drop knee turn, moving through to the inside. So a strong start for Edouard.
But so far we haven't seen the scores from the left. As we see Edouard Delpero setting up again. Nice 5, quick 10, a little bit of a shuffle back to the tail, big drop knee turn to set up this next nose ride. Will the wave cooperate? It does, gives him a 5 and 10. Big sweeping cut back, resetting it. So this wave is going to keep him on that good side of the point as he gets a good score on the inside. And that was always tricky earlier in the event, to find a scoring potential on the inside of that right. So that is going to be another strong score for Edouard Delpero.
Coming up as we get a replay here of that nice left go right. There's a quick 10, pedals back, shuffles back, readjusts the foot, uses the drop knee, sets up another high line, 2 steps, pauses, 4 steps to the nose, gets a 10, pedals back, readjusts the feet, keeping that back foot over the fins, rebounds off the foam, shuffles to set up for 2 steps to the nose, a stretch 5, but speed on the nose. And this surfboard, Wingner, what has been distinctive about these bigger conditions is the way that that board is facilitating those real pacey nose rides.
We are on the east coast of Taiwan as we see paddling Edouard Delpero again without priority, staying busy on that good right-hand corner. 5-10, just great composure there. All about the nose riding at this point. He knows what he needs to do to satisfy these judges. As he gets a little wound up here for the floating re-entry, he's going to like that one, absolutely.
And he smoked it on that nose ride, didn't he? That really was a world-class piece of nose riding there, and the long lean over the front 10. There's these long, connecting 5s have been his. This is his plan of attack today. He's finding speed, making sections on the nose. There's a good hang 10 there. Stays on the 5, doesn't pedal back. Brings that foot back in for another tight 5. Little soul arch there. Staying on that 5. Using that back foot to keep his line. Keep that weight moving. And then solidly finishing this foamy section with a big floater. And look at that stoke welling up. That's going to keep the energy, the adrenaline. That's going to be the biggest score of the final thus far.
And you can see him paddling out here on the north, and you can barely see Phil off in the distance.
But it was Edouard who was on fire, and Edouard who's busy. Over to you, Wingnut.
Again, another wave underneath priority with a really nice 10, a 5-10, still on that 5, still critical nose riding, steep, fast part of the wave. Almost gets knocked off right there, but holds through it. That low center of gravity that Edouard favors helps him get around those big whitewater sections.
Nice statement to end that with. And again, on the North Peak, this favored him in the semi-final. He got that big score, and then on the way back out of priority, away from Harley on the North Peak, he gets a good wave.
The way he sets it up, the 5, waits for it, puts the 10 together, very relaxed, very composed, stays on the nose throughout that entire steep section of the wave. He's able to get around it again, big roundhouse cut back. He's going to get a nice little cut back in here, and then another setup off the lip. He keeps putting Score after score on the board. That's got to be making Phil nervous. 20 minutes left, and Phil does not have anything but 2 throwaway scores.
Bioinformation that I like to keep up to date on these great surfers.
There
we see 2-time world champion Phil Rajzman there. 4 steps to the nose. There's the 5. Gets a quick tap. Is he going to get another chance for a nose ride? He does. It's a long hang 5 as he powers through this section. Is he going to get the tube? He stalls for the tube, but unfortunately he doesn't get underneath the curtain there. But there's a drop knee off the top re-entry in the foam. Looking present, looking powerful. Phil finally gets the final underway.
Just because he needed at least a score. He needed to complete this wave. Big, one of the biggest waves we've seen ridden successfully in the heat. Quick footwork to the nose for that quick tag 5, and there he gets to lock in with the 5. No 10 on that, and Edouard had 10s in his rides. Then trying to stall for that barrel in there, not there. He'll get a nice sweeping reverse drop knee off the lip. There, level of difficulty on that, super high.
That was a super crazy re-entry because of the fact, cross the feet. Think about that for a moment. Next time you're having a surf on your longboard, try to do that.
It's been whether the wind has made it contestable at this particular break.
So Rajzman with a cross step turn there, sets up for the left. So Edouard let him go on this wave. Is it going to be a good score? Good footwork. He's got a flatter section. Can he reconnect with this wave? He cannot reconnect. So good job, Edouard. The dying seconds beating Honolulu, but though she ran out of time. As you see this replay of Phil there, nice footwork to set up for the 5. Good nose riding, great footwork pedaling back, trims back into the foam ball here, but too high in the wave. That wave backing off. So he's gone left. He's got a little bit of a pump line there. Takes 2 steps to the nose. There's a 5. Pulls for the tight 5. Stays locked in that 5. Low on the wave here. Projecting back to the tail. Shuffling to the tail. Sweeping open turn. Uses the drop knee to set himself up for this reform. Is he going to milk this wave or kick out? He's staying with it. A little readjustment of his line. 4 steps to the nose. There's a nice tight 5. Great to see the drone shot. We're going to see him get a little float there. He takes a fall. That won't go into his top scores, but he kept Phil off that one.
And what also Edouard was able to do with that left, other than just keep Phil off of it, he got to learn what that left has to offer going forward into his next heat. Had to adjust his feet a bunch there, a bunch of little shuffle slides back, gets a nice turn there, but look how quickly that shoulder goes away. There's very little opportunity to add a serious point here when it gets that soft. He'll get a nice little nose right there as the wave reforms, but unable to land that little re-entry. So now he knows what that left has as we see Phil on a left of his own. That big, powerful switch foot cutback and holding it, committing to that. I mean, you can see, Sam, I was shaking your head. I mean, the degree
that was mind-boggling.
To be cross-footed on your toes in a drop knee turn like that, through all those, lumps and challenges through the white water, that was extremely impressive. But I don't think that wave had the scoring potential to move into a 7 or an 8.
So we'll have to see the beginning of that ride. We caught it kind of midway through, so it might well be borderline excellent range, or it might be more in the good range, but he needs to get something that matches one of Edouard's waves to give him the chance to get the score in the dying minutes. So the mind-boggling degree of difficulty on those cross-step turns. There's the 5. What's he going to do next? Pedals back, 4 steps. There's the sweep. Watch the cross-step and stays in that cross-step, and then readjusts his trim line, bottom turning again in that cross step. 4 steps back up to the nose. Amazing footwork from the Rajzman and a big, powerful end float, landing cleanly, landing with control.
Smooth, like we saw. That's what we want to see. Smooth, control, flow, power. So that'll be his highest score for sure.
Around the world, the World Longboard Championships looking like it's going to come to a surf-off wing nut.
There it is, 15 seconds left as Edouard Delpero, using his priority, locking in for a really nice trim 5 there. Very controlled, very composed. Sweeping cut back, nice roundhouse there. This final goes to Edouard Delpero. Congratulations for winning the Taiwan Open of Surfing. You won the event. Now you've got to do man-on-man battle for the world title. But congratulations, fantastic performance all week long here at the event, really showcasing some amazing surfing as we see the crew on the beach yelling in support. Look at him, how emotional he is. What a fantastic performance.
And
One heat left.
I would keep that board intact, Edouard, because there's a few rocks there, and you've got to be going out for the surf. Very strange situation. Phenomenal. He's won the event.